The Adventure of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Longman Simplified English Series. Read by Narbon Pansamro. Chapter 11. On the Iceland. When Tom awoke in the morning, he wondered where he was. He sat up and rubbed his eyes and looked around. Then he remembered it was the cool, grey dawn, and there was a delightful scene of plains in the deep calm and silence of the woods. Not a leaf stirred drop stood upon the leaves, and grass, a white layer of ash covered the fire, and a blue trace of smoke rose straight into the air. Joe and Huck still slept. Now far away in the woods, a bird called. Another answered. Gradually the cool, damp grey of the morning white, and as gradually sounds multiplied and life revealed itself. The marvel of nature shaking off sleep and going to work unfolded itself to the boy. A little green worm came crawling over a dewy leaf. Tom sat as still as a stone, with his hope dancing and feeling as the creature still came toward him or showed a tendency to go elsewhere. When it finally came down upon Tom's legs and began a journey over him, his whole heart was glad, for that meant that he was going to have a new suit of clothes without a shadow of doubt, a glorious, piratical uniform. Now a procession of ants appeared and went about their labor. One circled with a dead spider 5 times, and big as itself, and dragged it struck up a tree trunk. A tiny, spotted beetle climbed up the great height of a great blade, and Tom bent down close to it and said, Ladybird, fly away home. Your house is on fire. Your children alone. She flew off to see about it, which did not surprise the boy, for he had long known that the ladybird was always ready to believe stories about fire. The birds were singing merrily by now. One swept down a flash of blue flame and stopped on a branch almost within the boy's reach. It leaned its head to one side and eyed the struggle with immense curiosity. All nature was wide awake. Long beams of sunlight peered down through the leafy branches, and a few butterflies came dancing upon the scene. Tom roused the other pirates, and in a minute or two they were chasing after and falling over each other in the shallow water of the sandbar. The current has carried off their raft, but this only delights them, since its going was something like burning the bridge between them and civilization. They came back to camp with the falling river and as hungry as wolves. They soon had the campfire blazing up again, had found a spring of clear, cold water close by, and the boys made cups of leaf. Tom and Huck stepped to a promising place on the river bank and threw in their fishing lines. Almost immediately, they had there devoured enough fish for a family. They fried the fish and were astonished, for no fish has ever seemed so delicious before. They did not know that the cracker, a fresh water fish, is on the fryers after it is caught. The better it is, and they did not stop to think that sleeping, exercise, and bathing in the open air has given them an excellent appetite. They lay about in the church after breakfast, while Huck had a smoke, and then went off through the woods exploring. They found plenty of things to be delighted with, but nothing to be astonished at. They had a swim every hour, so it was about the middle of the afternoon when they got back to camp. They were too hungry to stop to fish, but they had a good meal of meat and threw themselves down in the shed to talk. But the talk soon began to drink and then dies. The quietness that hung over the woods and the sense of loneliness began to have an effect on the spirits of the boys. A weight that lonely crept upon them. This took deep care presently. It was building homeliness even when the red-handed was dreaming of his doorstep and his empty barrels, but they were all ashamed of their weekend, and none was brave enough to say what was in his mind. For some time now the boys had heard a peculiar sound in the distance. No, hearing a louder sound, the boys started, glanced at each other inquiringly, and listened. There was a long silence, deep and unbroken. Then a dull sound came floating down out of the distance. "What is it?" asked Joe in a whisper. "Let's go and see," said Tom. They sprang to their feet and hurried to the bank facing the villages. They parted the bushes and peered out. The little steam ferryboat was not transporting people from bank to bank as usual, but was about a mile below the villages. Her deck seemed crowded with people. There were many small boats being rowed about or floating with the current in the neighborhood of the floating boats, but the boys could not see what the men in them were doing. After a time there was a puff of white smoke from the sides of the floating boat, and as it rose in a lazy course, that same dull sound was heard to the listeners again. "I know now!" exclaimed Tom. "Somebody drowns!" "That is," says Huck. "They did that last summer when Bill Turner was drowned. They shoot a big gun over the water and that makes the body come up to the surface." The boys continue to listen and watch. Then a revealing thought flashed through Tom's mind, and he exclaimed, "Boys, I know who are drowned. We are!" They felt like heroes in an instant. They are missed. They were being swept over. Hearts were breaking for them, and best of all, they were the talk of the whole town, and the envy of all the boys. This was glorious. It was worthwhile being a pirate after all. As twilight drew on, the further boat went back to her accustomed business, and the rowing boat disappeared. The pirates returned to camp. They were swollen with vanity over their new importance and the great trouble that they were causing. They catch fish, cooked supper, and ate it, and then began to guess what the village was thinking or saying about them. But then the shadow of night closed around them. They gradually ceased to talk and sat gazing into the fire, with their minds evidently wandering elsewhere. The excitement had gone now, and Tom and Joe could not keep out thoughts of Curtin's presence at home, who were not enjoying their fight as much as they were excited on to escape unaware. "Tom," said Joe hesitatingly, "Pirate do go home some things, don't they?" Tom poured scorn upon him. Huck had not said a word on the subject, and was therefore free to join in with Tom. Joe made excuses and firmly denied that he was suffering from homesickness, or that he wished to desert. As the night deepened, Huck began to nod, and presently fell asleep. Joe followed next. Tom lay watching the two for some time. At last he got up cautiously and went searching among the grass in the dim light of the camp fire. He picked up and inspected several large pieces of the thin white bark of a tree, and finally chose two. Then he kneeled by the fire and wrote something on each of these in pencil. One he wrote up and put in his coat pocket, and the other he put in Joe's cap, together with Curtin's invaluable schoolboy treasure, among them a piece of chalk, a rubber ball tree, fish hooks, and a special kind of marble. Then he tiptoed away.